And now to an impasse in South Sudan. The government says the setting up of a special court provided for in the peace deal it signed with opposition groups should only be done once peace returns to the country. On the other hand, the UK, the US and Norway are calling on the African Union to speed up the process of establishing that court that's meant to try perpetrators of violence in South Sudan. CGTN's Patrick Oyet reports.
South Sudan's peace deal dictates that the African Union sets up a so-called hybrid court to try suspects of war crimes and crimes against humanity during the conflict which began in 2013. The court is to be composed of judges, prosecution and defense teams from other countries on the African continent. The Troika, which comprises of the UK, US and Norway, says the court will ensure accountability, but Juba wants the process delayed.
Bring peace first, and thereafter make people accountable. But when you talk of accountability, you are putting the cart before the horse, and you will never get peace, and you will not apprehend anybody.
Many of those involved in the violence in South Sudan have ended up with senior government jobs as settlement for them to lay down their weapons. The idea of a trial for perpetrators of violence is a new suggestion in the peace agreement.
My opinion is that this code of this Ivory Code will not be. You must wait up to peace. If the peace already come, then people will decide.
Ivory Court will at least minimize these crimes of crimes against humanity and all these atrocities that always happen in the country. But in the absence that we should wait until the peace comes so that we could set it up. Could we start it now? Those who are accused of war crimes will refuse to come to the country, and therefore peace will not come.
The South Sudanese Army, the South Sudan People's Defense Force, is a union of many armed groups, more loyal to their commanders other than to the nation. Another fear is that prosecution of the commanders might just create another division in the army and continue the war. Bringing perpetrators of war crimes to justice is seen as an important step in healing the nation once peace is established, but moving too fast on setting up this court could scupper the peace deal altogether at this delicate moment in South Sudan. Patrick Oyet, CGTN, Juba, South Sudan.